Hello, I am Colonel Cullen Jones, the 65th Commander of the New Orleans District, U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, and on behalf of the New Orleans District, welcome to this virtual edition of the Mississippi River Commission Low Water Inspection in our Area of Responsibility. Before I get started in my brief, I would like to thank some of our key partners that helped make this visit possible, most notably Mr. Mac Wade and Miss Cindy Contreras, along with the entire Port of Morgan City team for their support. They are always the most gracious of hosts. In representing the New Orleans District, I have the honor of getting to speak about our mission and what we do throughout the year. Though we are a relatively small district in terms of geography, we are one of the most busiest in terms of projects and funding. I think that makes sense when you are a water resource management agency that works in an area that is not only of national significance, but where water is intertwined with almost every facet of our lives, both professionally and personally. As you can probably tell from this map, I could speak and would love to speak on our mission for an extensive period of time. As you can see, from Old River Control to the Gulf of Mexico, from heel to toe, we have active construction projects and ongoing studies, all working to reduce risk for life, property, and prosperity throughout South Louisiana. However, I will keep my remarks brief with a primary focus on the Atchafalaya Basin and surrounding works. I believe a discussion on the Atchafalaya should start with the Old River Control Complex. As most of you are very familiar, this complex is one of the most important pieces of infrastructure in the nation. Ensuring that it continues to keep the Mississippi River on course is a priority of your U.S. Army Corps of Engineers and requires efforts 7 days a week and 365 days a year. Just shortly after our last Mississippi River Commission low water inspection visit in 2022, we began major repairs and dewatering of the Old River Lock. Under ideal circumstances, a dewatering would take place every 10 to 15 years. In this case, this dewatering was the first since 1978. The lock can only be dewatered when the river is low, which is also the same time the harvests are being shipped to the global economy. I am happy to report that our team stayed cognizant of this challenge and finished the work a week ahead of schedule. Our current major effort at the complex is focused on ensuring the long-term integrity of the Old River low sill structure. We have been working with our teammates at the Engineering Research and Design Center in Vicksburg, Mississippi, to conduct modeling of the structure, performing vibration monitoring, and will soon be conducting seismic surveys on site. However, we have learned that to fully evaluate existing conditions, we need to dewater the structure. We are scheduled to award this contract later this year, with the dewatering to occur in 2024 when the river is low enough to do so safely. During the work, we will apply a multi-phased approach to ensure no damage is caused, to maximize work efficiency, and to maintain flexibility if river conditions change. Moving south from the Old River Complex, we enter the Atchafalaya River and Basin. Your U.S. Army Corps of Engineers and the Mississippi River Commission have been involved in Atchafalaya Basin maintenance and management since the late 19th century. This region, the largest river swamp in the nation at nearly 1 million acres, is a complex system that takes a lot of work and creative ideas to keep safe and reliable. I would like to highlight a few of the items related to our basin management. Our locks are connected to the busiest and third busiest waterways in the nation and require year-round maintenance to keep traffic flowing. Recently, we were able to complete the new concrete chamber guide wall work at Bayou Buff, which will significantly improve our reliability at this critical lock. Currently, we continue working to replace the guide wall and dolphin at Bayou Sorrel. Looking at levee maintenance, we continue to experience slides, especially in the area of the West Atchafalaya Basin. We have been making good progress on the existing slides and will continue to address new ones as they occur. Of course, safe and reliable navigation is critical to both the region and the nation. It is exciting to report that the Atchafalaya River and Bayou's Cheyenne Buff and Black project is at full project depth from Morgan City to the Gulf for the first time since 2015. We are also seeing recent dredging and channel maintenance initiatives in areas like Stouts Pass and Berwick Harbor showing promising results. Similarly, we are engaged with stabilizing bank areas and channel training along the Whiskey Bay Pilot Channel. As we strive to maintain the work we have, we must continue to design and construct needed features in the basin. Recently, we received significant funding through the Disaster Relief Supplemental Appropriation Act and Bipartisan Infrastructure Law to help continue building throughout the basin. These works are critical as many do not realize that at peak Mississippi River and tributary project flood, which fortunately we have never experienced, the same amount of water flowing down the Mississippi River south of Morganza would also be flowing through the Atchafalaya Basin with nearly 7 million gallons of water passing by Morgan City every second. Currently, we are constructing a replacement for the Charleston floodgate, our most deficient spot along the Western Guide Levee. The modern replacement that will address the deficiency and restore navigation access is scheduled to be completed in early 2025. Using the DRSA and BIL funding, we also have 8 projects currently in design. Our next project scheduled to move into construction will be the Bayou Sally East-West Tie-in Levee and Floodwall project, located on number 3 on the map in front of you. And while I'm on the topic of flood risk management, if we look a little to the east, we have one of our highest risk reduction priorities within the MRC program. And that is the Morganza to Gulf project. The Terrebonne area has been impacted by several hurricanes over the years, and we continue to press forward on several fronts to help the parish and state deliver this critical hurricane and storm damage risk reduction project. We began our first federally funded construction effort, the Humboldt Canal Floodgate Preload Contract, last September, and we are working to complete this project this fall. Fortunately, the funds received in fiscal year 2021 were not the last, as Congress has since appropriated a total of $440 million, 378 of which is funded by the Bipartisan Infrastructure Law. Using the funds received under the Bipartisan Infrastructure Law, we have 6 features under design, with another 6 under design using fiscal year 22 and 23 funding. We are working diligently on the design and environmental consultation of Reach a priority section, so that construction can be underway by summer of next year. A key part of the process will be ensuring environmental compliance and the development of the Supplemental Environmental Impact Statement. We anticipate completion of the SEIS by mid-2026 and will release for public comment prior to reaching any decisions. Of equal importance, we want to make sure our efforts are consistent with environmental justice practices. We recently held 2 environmental justice meetings and will work to inform and consult with these communities regarding future proposed actions. My final topic, which I am most excited to talk to you about, is a monumental task being undertaken over the next 5 years. Congress has directed your U.S. Army Corps of Engineers to conduct a comprehensive study of the Mississippi River from Missouri all the way to the Gulf of Mexico to identify best approaches for future management of the lower Mississippi River Basin. This study was kicked off in June and will consider a multitude of factors, such as flood risk management, navigation, ecosystem restoration, water quality, recreation, and hydropower. Simply stated, our mission is to deliver recommendations to Congress on how we can successfully manage the river basin for generations to come. To do so, we know that your knowledge and insight will be a tremendous asset in getting this right. We are currently planning several avenues to engage with you, our stakeholders, across all 7 states over the next 6 months. I know I said I would focus on the Atchafalaya for this presentation, and that the Atchafalaya is not a centerpiece of the Lower Mississippi River Comprehensive Management Study. However, as the largest tributary of the Mississippi River and a critical part of the Mississippi River and tributary system, the basin will certainly be a key area of consideration. This concludes my presentation, and thank you for the opportunity to provide an update on some of the amazing work your New Orleans District U.S. Army Corps of Engineers is doing in South Louisiana in support of our fellow citizens. We also encourage you to follow us online as we provide updates and news of our activities throughout South Louisiana. For those that were preparing to provide public testimony on the 25th, please see in the description below on how you can submit testimony either via mail or electronic means so that we can continue to hear from you. Again, thank you for joining us, and we look forward to hearing your comments in the future. Thank you very much.